ACC football is brought to you by Alltel, are you connected? By Don Pablo's, the real enchilada. By BB&T, Branch Banking and Trust Company. By your neighborhood Citco, proud to support today's athletes. Citco, we know you. And by Cooper Tires. Cooper Tires, don't give up a thing.
And there's the bust of Wallace Wade gracing Wallace Wade Stadium. You see the roses there. They're a gift of the Pasadena Rose Bowl Committee. The Rose Bowl visited here in 1942. And right now, we're getting ready for our second half of action, our Citgo ACC Game of the Week. The Duke Blue Devils leading the Clemson Tigers 17-7. And our Mike Hogwood visited a moment ago with Clemson coach Tommy Bowden.
Thank you, Steve. Coach, what did you tell the guys in the locker room?
Well, we got to come out and play a little more fire. You know, we're making some mistakes on offense, same thing on defense. And Duke's playing very good right now, not taking away from them. But we played kind of uninspired. We got to come out here and we got to make plays on offense.
And your young quarterback looks pretty good.
He has looked real good. It's not, we just got to hit some guys when we're open. They're blitzing us, but we got to protect and just make plays.
All right. That's Tommy Bowden, Steve.
Well, he talked about being blitzed, and that's what Ted Roof started to show him as far as the defensive package in the second quarter.
Yeah, he really did. You try to figure it out. Now, Ted will have to come up with a few new wrinkles because Tommy and them, they'll counter it. But don't forget the bomb that got away from Clemson. I think you're going to see a little bit more. They're going to attack the deep third with a little bit more aggressiveness. And as Tommy mentioned, who wants it? That's what his thing's going to boil down to.
Stephen Furr getting set to kick the ball away for Clemson. Ronnie Elliott and Santario Landrum are deep for the Duke Blue Devils, who lead this game 17-7, and will have the ball, preventing a fumble on this kickoff. This is Elliott at the 10. Elliott gets settled and gets out over the 25-yard line to the 27-yard line. It's a 19-yard return. Let's take a look at first half possessions for the Duke Blue Devils. First drive, touchdown. They gave it up in 6 plays the next drive. Missed a field goal on a push deep. Then scored the touchdown on the little end-around pass. The interception hurt because it happened deep in Clemson territory.
Following a turnover.
Yep. Douglas leading rusher at 52. Powell, the tight end, has 3 catches for 45, and Smith has had a very efficient day at quarterback. And he's under center again at his own 26-yard line. 1st and 10. Chris Douglas behind him in the eye. Here comes a fake end around, and this is Douglas. And Douglas just gets grasped there by Eric Sampson, the left outside linebacker. But they showed you a couple things on that play, Doc, that you might see them go to later on, other options that they might undevelop.
Well, that's the one thing about Carl Franks and his offense. It's designed to keep you off balance. And really, you just won. You can break that tackle. That's a big play, but that's Eric Sampson, sure tackle.
Might see them go to the end around next time around. They showed Landrum on the motion. Pass to the flats, complete out there to Carey Sharp, but beautiful tackle in open territory. Alfred Baudrick, graduate student. There are 8 graduate students on this Clemson lineup from Cameron, South Carolina.
Baudrick shows you here's the way you defend it. You know, these little gadgets work if you make people miss. Not the case there. That's tackle with attitude.
Loss of 2 on the completion that time. Bring up 3rd down and about 8.
I just love the emotion. That's what Coach Bowden's talking about. The Tigers have got to get into this thing mentally.
Smith has some time, and he's got a man out there. That's Sharp, complete at the 47-yard line. It's a 20-yard hookup for the 1st down.
And no need to be frustrated on this in coverage, because there's nothing you can do about it. A timing route is impossible to stop. This ball is in the air. He's still in the stem of his route. Carey Sharp was still in the vertical part of this route. That ball was on the money.
And there's John Lovett, defensive coordinator, looking for something that'll stop this Duke machine. They've owned time of possession here. Draw play, Douglas. And Douglas gets out of a tackle and pushes ahead and got about 3 more yards than he probably should have. Making the tackle, Eric Coleman, sophomore from Naples, Florida.
Big Rusty Wilson, the right guard for Duke. I mean, it's like sumo wrestlers in the middle of that pile. Those big guys, and Clemson is up for the challenge now. Don't get me wrong. Nick Eason, Washington, McNeil, Vaughn, those guys, they are banging.
2nd down and 6. Inside handoff. Douglas gets away from an arm tackle, but then some help coming from John Leak. He gets into Clemson territory and pushes the ball down to about the 47-yard line. Gain of about 2 on the play and brings up a key third down here for the Duke Blue Devils, who've been very good on third down conversions today.
This is what Clemson needs. Clemson needs one of those guys in the front 7, preferably the front 4, to win an individual battle. And right now, collectively, the Duke offensive line, you know, has been stingy.
Trips to the wide side of the field. 4 wide receivers total. Smith on 3rd and 4. Pass is complete to Chris Douglas. He's got the first down. A shoestring tackle by John Leak prevented any more yardage down to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 7, and it moves the chains for Duke.
Boy, Duke is just dangerously close to breaking a big play. You mentioned it, John Leak then saved one, but you know, we've watched Alex Wade stumble a little bit. That time Douglas stumbles as we watch the replay. Good pass protection. They run a little X stunt in between, doesn't phase them. And that bit of tackling there saved the Tigers a big play.
Smith now will check off the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers out, 1 back in. Blitz is on. Pass is incomplete for Landrum. And Landrum had to look up into that sun that time.
Yeah, it was also a good delayed blitz this time by John Lovett's group of Tigers. It's going to come from the right side, and it's just difficult to deal with. That time, strong rush by Nick Eason. See, that's the one-on-one battle we talked about. Somebody up front has got to win the individual battle.
And that time, Clemson won it. Duke has won a lot of those battles in the first half. 2nd down and 10 after the incompleted pass. Stops a string of 4 straight completions. Handoff now to Douglas, and he's not got much running room there. And again, Nick Eason flattens him along with Brian McNeil.
Yeah, McNeil plays this well. Now, the defensive line is doing exactly what I talked about. They're starting to now reverse the whippings. Now, they're starting to pass it out now. And that's just strong that McNeil doesn't give up any room whatsoever. He manhandles Rowland on that play. Watch him here, bottom of your screen right there. He's going to come in, doesn't give up an inch, and gets his pads on the play.
9th play of the drive. 3rd down and 8. Smith, the throw, has a man open. That's Sharp, but there's a step behind on the throw. Covering on the play, Brian Mance, but Sharp had a step on the defender. The ball had 2 steps on both.
Here's the playmaker, Gary Sharp. It's just a matter of time before they pull the plug with him. That was it, but they missed it. Now both teams have missed an open receiver for a score.
Duke has Matt Brooks back and getting ready to kick. This could be a drop kick here or a punt. Normally a place kicker. Their regular punter is Trey McDonald. He's going to get a pooch kick off. That's what they want. And it's a good one. Fair catch called for by Mance into a tough sun at the 12-yard line. 26-yard punt, no return. Good call by Carl Franks to pen Clemson deep in their own territory after their first possession of the second half. Last time the Duke Blue Devils won an ACC game was right here in 1999 against Wake Forest. Scotty Montgomery returned the opening kickoff for one of his 4 touchdowns on that particular day. Montgomery, a Cherryville, North Carolina native. Duke defense recorded 5 sacks and 3 interceptions as the Blue Devils defeated the Deacons 48-35. That's 22 ACC games ago. Right now, Duke with a 10-point lead. And Clemson with a football, 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line. The pass out to Youngblood at the 18-yard line. We talked about Scotty Montgomery, and he's standing by with our Mike Hogwood.
Yeah, see, I got to ask you, do you remember that play we just saw, the kickoff return?
Yes, I do. It was a great day for me because it was senior day, and I had my family here. They got to see me open up the game with a 99-yarder.
All right, we'll watch this play. Steve, we'll come back here.
2nd down and 3. Charlie Whitehurst, 3 wide receivers out, goes to the flats to Hamilton, his playmaker. And Hamilton stumbles, gathers his feet, and pushes ahead for some nice yardage down to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9. Back to you, Mike.
Scotty, what about this Duke team today, and what is your impression of the Duke program now under Carl Franks?
You know, I think they're making strides. The biggest thing is you got to get good football players in here, and I think he's trying to recruit guys. They're playing real hard today. I think the defense is doing a good job. biggest thing I think about this team, though, is if they keep fighting the whole game, they can, they can make plays and win the game. But you can't win games if you don't make plays, and that's one thing they have to do.
Charlie Whitehurst just made a play with a completion for the Clemson Tigers, and I'll also ask you about this Duke team and your experience here. Now you're on with the Denver Broncos. How are things in the NFL?
Oh, the NFL is wonderful. I tell you, it's everything that I ever expected it. I came from a team here at Duke, to be honest with you, we didn't have too good of any seasons while I was here. Now, in the NFL team where all we do is win football games, so I feel real good about it.
All right, another completion by Charlie Whitehurst. Back upstairs to Stephen Dock.
It's a fourth straight completion, in fact. And it pushes the ball out to the 45-yard line. That one of 4 yards. He started this series out going to Youngblood 7 and came back with pass completions of 9, 12, and 4 yards. This is Clemson's first half possessions. They scored on their first time with the ball, 3 punts, and then gave up on downs after they pushed the ball past midfield. Looking at 2nd and 6. Clemson down by 10, rushes on. Johnson gets Whitehurst, and Whitehurst hangs on to the football miraculously. Back at the 41-yard line, a loss of 4.
That's just great coverage. That's a classic coverage sack. And one I'm sure that Coach Bob would like him to see him just get rid of the football. He's got to think, you know what? The way Duke has been rushing the quarterback, that it's just a matter of time. So get rid of it. Don't take the sack.
Second sack of the day taken by the Clemson Tigers. Looking at 3rd down and 11. Down by 10 points. 3-man rush. Pass up there complete. Beautiful ball thrown by Whitehurst. Complete to Jackie Robinson into Duke territory at the 37-yard line. A 21-yard hookup on 3rd and 11.
Well, he stuck that on his chest like he had Velcro between the 8 and the 2. And Jackie deserves this because he had a heck of a block a couple plays ago. He's been working on both ends of the offense, and you watch him there. Ball right in the money, took a nice lick, kept on jamming.
First down pass, just like the pass that started this series, goes to Youngblood for about 3. And Stanford, with the catch, with the tackle, that is the 6th reception by Kevin Youngblood, including one for a touchdown. 2nd and 7 on the play. Clemson has gone to the air here. This is the 6th play or 8th play of the drive, and their first running play, and Rambert is in open territory. Rambert rumbles down to the 10-yard line.
Rambert on the carry.
Brian Green makes the saving tackle. It's a 25-yard gain and the best running play of the day for the Clemson Tigers.
Well, and it just gives you an opportunity to really open up your offensive repertoire now, because you get a big run, it demoralizes the defense. Now watch how play action starts to work his way in for the Tigers.
Let's see if the Tigers can get a first down. I don't believe they can. They've got to put it in the end zone here. 1st and goal from the 9.5. Oh, pass deflected by Sean Johnson. Great play by Johnson.
And Sean's had 2 big plays in this drive, but they set the little sucker drag off the fake, had it wide open, and the big fella goes vertical.
Well, I may have erred. I think they may be able to get a first down at the 1-inch line.
Oh, that's great. You coach this. When a quarterback throws, defensive linemen elevate.
Yep.
If you don't penetrate, elevate.
Well, Johnson has had a pretty good season. And he's been having a very good day. They send 2 and a flag down on the play. Whitehurst goes down at the 20. It looks like it's going to be a procedure penalty against Clemson. Now,
Duke has to hope that they didn't cross the neutral zone.
See what Jim Knight's call is going to be here. Knight working the game with Terrence Ramsey and John Bush. Discusses it with his crew. And
illegal motion on the offense. The penalty is declined.
Thought so.
3rd down.
Lambert's the guy who lurched forward to the line of scrimmage a half beat ahead of time. Duke declines it because it takes it down away.
3rd down.
3rd down.
From the 17-yard line.
Let's call a 3rd down and goal from the 17. Big play coming up for Clemson. The throw, Whitehurst fade route for the corner, knocked away and out of bounds. Good play by Brian Green covering J.J. McKelvey.
It was nearly intercepted.
Yep.
Well, it all starts up front. Now, is there protection there? Yeah, nice little fade route, beautifully thrown ball. You know, you didn't have a lot of room to work with.
No.
That was just great defense. And you see 2 blue shirts, 1 white shirt. You got to like those numbers if you do.
Aaron Hunt on to try a 33-yard field goal out of the hold of Jeff Scott. There's the kick. It is up and it is good. So Clemson gets something out of this drive, but not as much as they had hoped. The 34-yarder officially by Aaron Hunt, and Clemson pulls to within 7 on a drive that started at their own 12. Duke 17-10 here in the third. We are back here at Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, where the Duke Blue Devils now have a 7-point lead. Clemson scores on a 34-yard field goal by Aaron Hunt. Caps a 12-play march of 72 yards. Big plays, a hookup of 21 yards to Jackie Robinson, and a 25-yard run by Bernard Rampart.
Robinson had a big block on Rampart's run.
Yep. And here's the return. Elliott now bobbles the ball, and he'll take it out at the 20-yard line. And that's where Duke will start 1st and 10 at their own 20. TheACC.com, your first stop for ACC info, including live stat updates from all conference games, football press conference audio, and links to all 9 schools. TheACC.com. It's your front row seat for ACC sports on the web. Steve Martin here, Doc Walker, Mike Hogwood in Durham. A beautiful sunny day and a good football game. Led by Duke 17-10. They stand with the football at their own 20-yard line. Alex Wade, a lone setback behind Adam Smith. 2 wide receivers. Tight end in motion. Play action. And the pass intended for the second tight end, Kalen Powell, was thrown a little bit low. Some sort of pressure there on Adam Smith.
And you watch it, and a good trade for Clemson now is try to get a little tighter on the coverage. I mean, that ball had a chance, but it's not like the first half when they were just like hitting guys, wide open.
Duke has had pretty good luck on 1st down. They've averaged almost 9 yards a play on 1st down. 2nd down and 10. And this is Smith trying to make something work and can't do it. Rodney Thomas stops him cold.
Vicious. That's what you want in a linebacker. Here's a guy, fills a gap. I mean, perfect no-hitter.
He stepped right behind the block.
Yeah, well, Christian Mitchell never even had a shot. Perfect no-hitter. And he comes right in and punishes.
3rd down and 10 now coming up for Duke, watching their momentum slip away somewhat. Clemson stiffening. They send 2 on a blitz. Pass is incomplete, intended for the tight end. All kinds of contact from John Leake and company.
Well, the coverage was there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you compete. I mean, and Sampson for a linebacker on a backer. That's the first time we've seen the physical will of the Clemson Tigers imposed on the Duke Blue Devils.
And that's the first time that Duke has gone 3 downs and out today.
See, so now on the sidelines, on the blue sidelines, one of the assistants, somebody's got to come in there and read them the riot act, because they're kind of in a lull now. And you look at the scoreboard sometimes and it puts you to sleep, hypnotizes you.
Trey McDonald's first punt of the day. Brian Mance is back. McDonald gets off a gun at the 31. Mance looking for some blocking help, and instead is brought down by Rowland, the tight end, on the play at the 36-yard line. A nice 48-yard punt by Trey McDonald, a 4-yard return by Brian Mance, and that's where Clemson picks it up at their own 37-yard line, down by 7. We'll return after these messages from your local ACC station. Clemson Tiger fans follow their football team everywhere, and we got a sea of orange here at Wallace Wade Stadium, and they got great seats in the sun today. Temperature nearing 60 degrees, and they're watching their team try to seize the momentum here.
Well, they're great football fans.
Yep,
no
look at that.
doubt about it. They get it.
And their football team is 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. They forced Duke to punt the last two. Blitz coming on for the Blue Devils. Clemson picks it up. Pass to the flats. Complete to Hamilton. But picking him up right there is number 17. And that is Adam Green. Alex Green.
Yeah, now the nastiness has returned for Duke.
All right, so scoreboard. They're underway in the second quarter in Chapel Hill, where we'll be next week. Maryland and North Carolina tied at 7. Auburn, fresh off a big win over LSU. And Rutgers still up at the half. Iowa up in their game by 10. Here's Whitehurst back to throw, and he is sacked in the backfield. That's the 3rd sack of the day for Orrin Thompson.
Now, I'll tell you what, that Sean Johnson has jacked his game up. If he's not in on the play, he's influenced the play. That time he teams up with Thompson. And you see 96 there. Nice slip move. I mean, he just flat out beat William Henry on that play. And he's the guy that forced the quarterback out of the pocket.
Actually, that's the 4th Duke sack of the day. 4 wide receivers. Rambert the setback on 3rd and 15. Whitehurst back to throw. Pass complete. It's to Rambert, and he rambles out to the 43-yard line. It will be a gain of about 11, and still leave him shy of the 1st down.
Well, that's the rat-a-tat-tat that you want. Multiple helmets at the point of attack. You know, that's what Ted Roof wants.
And Rambert is slow to get up in front of the Duke bench. Ryan Fowler, Micah Harris, who was injured early. There's Rambert. 4th down and 3, and so Duke's this was an offensive game in the first half. It's become a defensive struggle in the second.
Well, everything that Duke's offense lacked in that last series, their defense just came back in and said, this is how you get it done.
Well, the first play was -3. The second play was a 2-yard sack. The third play was an 11-yard gain, and it still is 3 yards short.
Well, I think both defensive units are competing. The Tigers came out and showed their nasty streak, and so the Blue Devils come out and said, we'll take that.
Well, Rambert's still being tended to on the Duke sidelines, and now he'll get up and remove himself from play under his own power. Looks like he'll be okay.
Steve, it's usually that second helmet that comes in. You've already been hit, and you don't expect that next one to come in, boom, and get you right in temple shot.
Minded for the best deals on cars, trucks, and SUVs, visit your local Toyota dealer today. Lynn Kopp is back to punt. That's what he's done so far this afternoon, up for his 4th punt. And Kerry Sharp is back to get it now for the Duke Blue Devils. Kind of knuckles it up there, and Sharp will pick it up at the 16 and go down quickly by the time he gets to the 25-yard line. So 41-yard punt and an 8-yard return. Hey fans, now's your chance to enter Toyota's You Pick'em sweepstakes. Just go online at jpsports.com, click on the Toyota banner to register, and pick the winners. Weekly prizes will be given to the participant with the highest point total. The grand prize winner, to be announced November 23rd, will get a new 2003 Toyota 4Runner. The Toyota You Pick'em sweepstakes. See jpsports.com for official rules.
You know, Steve, I just wonder what Mike Hogwood thinks about the attitude on the Duke sidelines. Because it really seemed like they were, you know, the offense didn't kind of have that edge.
Yeah.
And the Tigers did. And I can't wait to hear Mike's, you know, just get a feel from Mike as to what's going on the Duke sideline.
Shoulders might be sagging a little bit. Rodney Thomas on the tackle. And Mike Hogwood, what do you got?
Well, I tell you what, the leaders on this team, guys like Chris Douglas and a few others, have noticed the same thing that Doc was noticing, and they walked up and down the bench saying, come on, guys, we got to get back up. We got to get back up. We'll see now if they have been able to do it, but they've really been imploring their teammates on the sidelines to get back in this game.
2nd down and 8, inside handoff. Douglas breaks through and then is pulled back from a potential big gain there, and getting up to the bottom of the pile, a name we've called all day, Rodney Thomas, who's had a tremendous day.
I'll tell you that Mike Hogwood, man, nobody covers both sidelines like the Hog. I mean, that guy, I mean, you know, he's quicker this year, too.
Yes, he is.
I think the offseason training has really worked out. And Hog hit the weight room. I mean, he's been working on aerobic work and his, you know, 4x40s, 220s, and the whole thing. Really paid off.
Stayed away from the pastry tray. Wade on 3rd and 1 will not get it. Thomas, Leak, and a host of others in white and orange shirts.
Vicious.
Oh boy.
Yeah. The Tigers, I mean, both defensive units, that's my point. Both of these units on defense have put the game on their shoulders. Now, it's going to be whichever offense can show enough courage, you know, to combat that force.
Yep.
That's what it's all about.
Come out and do something different. Duke really has not gone to the air an awful lot today. They have thrown 2 incompleted passes the previous series.
But they had carry on for a score.
Yeah.
Sharp on a score, missed it.
Yep. 4th down and 2. Trey McDonald back to punt again. Here comes the kick. Nance is going to get away from it. It takes a Clemson bounce, and it is down at the 30-yard line. A 39-yard punt. .240 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Let's send it down to Mike Hogwood for a word on the Clemson defense.
Well, they played that last series without big Donnell Washington and may have to go the game without him. He has an injured ankle, and his return is very questionable.
Well, that Clemson defense, though, with or without Washington, has forced 3 straight punts from the Duke Blue Devils. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Inside handoff Rambert, and nothing doing, says Matt Zielinski.
Well, this is fun to watch now, and I can see exactly what's going on between those two defensive units. They're out now. You show me, well, I'll show you. And just taking everything away. Washington is a big loss for Clemson because of what he started to give them inside. And that was a turnaround for Clemson.
This has been Charlie Whitehurst's day, and right now his team trails here by 7. Has a release in the flats, and that is Rambert. Rambert headed toward the 1st down marker, gets a big block by Jackie Robinson that gets him ahead to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 12.
Well, Robinson has blocked as well as I've seen any wide receiver block this season. I mean, this kid is having fun with it. It's not, you know, he's not being forced to do it. It's a labor of love. I mean, at 6'1", 190 pounds, this kid has been highly aggressive. Watch here at the end. Rambert kind of scooting. He comes right there.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
That got him the 1st down. Here's the pass complete out to Youngblood. Sidesteps 1 tackle. Driven out of bounds by Micah Harris.
Good to see Micah back, too.
Yeah.
Micah was dinged up. Knee injury in the 1st half. Really the heart and soul of that defense, man.
He's headed to the sideline. 7-yard gain. Brings up 2nd down and 3. Ball out to the 49-yard line. Clemson wasting no time. Will they be the first to score a touchdown here in the 2nd half? They already have a field goal, and their defense seems to have things well in hand. On the option, Whitehurst. Ooh! Oh, boy. He hit Sean Johnson head on. He's still going straight ahead. He's got the 1st down.
Wants to win. I mean, plain and simple. If some guys talk it, other guys lead by example. And right now, Charlie Whitehurst and his first start in here is showing people that he wants to stay there.
Yep.
You know, this is plain and simple that he wants the job and he's going to earn it. I can't explain anymore with determination. First of all, nice fake on the option. Then watch that.
Oh.
See, he attacks the secondary. I mean, that's just priceless.
Terrell Smith had him and couldn't hold on. 1st and 10. They're at the Duke 46-yard line. Play action. Whitehurst trying to escape Orrin Thompson and throws it away.
Thompson has really come on. Sophomore 270-pounder is just competing.
And once again, for the best deals on cars, trucks, and SUVs, visit your local Toyota dealer today. 2nd down, 10. Tight end coming off the field. 4 wide receivers. You got McKelvey and Aries Curry to the bottom. Hamilton and Robinson to the top. Rambert stays behind for blocking. Whitehurst lets it go and cannot hook up.
Boy, he
with
was
Jackie Robinson
at the end, and guess who was there? Sean Johnson. I mean, it's either Johnson or Thompson right now. These two guys like a law firm, Johnson and Thompson. You know, we deliver hard knocks.
Or a pharmaceutical firm. They're making Whitehurst pay.
No question. Watch it at the end.
Oh,
thank goodness his knee didn't get locked up on that.
That's right. 3rd down coming, though, for Clemson in the final minute of this 3rd quarter. They're down by 7. They needed 10 yards to keep their drive alive.
comes the dog.
Yep. Hit as he threw, pass incomplete behind Youngblood, but the pressure that Ryan Fowler put on had something to do with it.
And the discipline and the timing of the blitz is so important. I mean, you're so anxious. You want to go. Now, I'll also say this. The Clemson quarterback needs to alter his cadence because Duke has hit the mark too often now. They're getting a great start, a great jump because they've read into his cadence. He can change that.
So, punt coming on here for Win Kopp. And he'll try to kick Duke deep. Here is Sharp at the 10. Sharp dances around a couple of would-be tacklers and goes down right there at the 10. 36-yard punt. Not much of a return, if any. And now it becomes a struggle of field position. And Duke doesn't have it right now. They're at their own 10-yard line. As we walk down the final minute of this third quarter, should be an interesting fourth.
You can talk about field position, all you want. This comes down to nastiness.
Yeah.
Who wants this worse? And right now, Clemson on defense shows it. Duke on defense is showing it. But both offensive units have yet to deliver that knockout punch.
First down and 10 from the 10. This is the worst field position for Duke this afternoon. Wade is behind Smith. He'll be back to throw. His pass is intended for Sharp. And as much as these two quarterbacks were on the money in the first half, they've kind of faded a bit here in the second.
Well, there's one thing for sure. There's nobody in an orange helmet that can cover Kerry Sharp.
No.
Now, he's open at will. The question is, can the quarterback get him the football? And that's the one thing that Carl Frank has got to get conveyed to his group.
5 straight misses by Adam Smith after having a fine first half. Second down and 10. Blitz coming off the corner, and the pass incomplete and thrown behind Ronnie Elliott. And that brings up third down and 10.
Boy, it's amazing what pressure can do to a young person. We watched Adam Smith there, who was smooth as silk in that first half, and now doesn't look real confident.
No.
Of late. And you look on the other side of the ball, Charlie Whitehurst and the pressure he's been under.
Look at that. Look at the yardage, Doc. You're right.
Let's see. Duke can't sit on the lead. They got to build a lead.
Third down and 10 from the 10. Back to throw, Smith again. Pass over the middle is complete to Alex Wade. Gets a little bit of room, but not enough for the first down. Maybe 8. And Duke's going to be forced to kick the football again.
And I tell you what, that Rodney Thomas, that Thomas in the middle there, that's on the outside. Oh, yeah. Rodney Feaster as well, those middle linebackers. Now, somebody lit a fire under the Tigers defense. I mean, that's evident.
And they have brought it here in the second half. Trey McDonald back to kick. Derek Hamilton back to get this punt. Hamilton dances away from one tackler. This is where he's dangerous. Wall forming, and he's driven out of bounds. But now Clemson has excellent field position.
Playmaker.
McDonald, the kicker, had to drive him out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A 36-yard punt, a 25-yard return, and Clemson makes an opportunity thanks to the best all-purpose runner in the league, Derek Hamilton.
The best.
We talked about the field position. That 25-yard return sets Clemson up at the 23-yard line.
Clemson is not operating now as a team trailing.
Right.
They are operating like the team ahead.
Or about to tie this thing. Whitehurst at the controls has 4 wide receivers. Trips to the right, or actually the left side. Youngblood to the top. And he's got the ball headed to the corner, and Giuseppe Aguano won't let him go any further. Aguano slows him up at the 22, and a great open field play by Giuseppe Aguano. Look at the stats. Clemson's rushing game still hasn't come of age, but they've slowed Duke down somewhat.
Yeah, that's the key.
And the passing yards, it's not enough.
But the ball control. Ball control is not indicative of the score.
No. Whitehurst on second down. Has some time. He'll carry it himself. gets 5 yards up to the 15-yard line. Aguano and Fowler in on the stop once again.
You know what this reminds me of at this point, Steve? The 2 quarterbacks now. And this kid now, Whitehurst, what he's saying is that I'm just going to make this thing happen.
Yep.
You know, I'm going to make it happen in the air. If it's not there, I'll make it happen on the ground. But I'm going to make it happen. That's what I sense.
Red Roof red zone proficiency today for Clemson. They're 50% inside the red zone. Missed a field goal the first time they got down in here. And off goes to Kelly, and Kelly upended as it looked like he had burst through the hole. He ran into Ryan Fowler at the 12-yard line.
Fowler said, not so fast. He's a baller.
He's close to a first
Ryan
down.
Fowler is a baller. They see double team block here at the side. Good, great double team, but vicious hit. Once again, I guarantee you.
Brendan Dewan.
Dewan again.
Yep.
That Dewan, boy, he's a striker.
All right, big 4th down play coming now for the Clemson Tigers. They're 4th and 1. They're at the 13, and they're going to kick a field goal, and now they're going to call timeout. Jeff Scott says, we got to get things organized here. Came to this decision pretty quick. 4th down, and actually less than a yard. They need the 12. What could they be thinking here?
Well, Mike Hogwood is right on. I mean, he's right over there by Tommy Bowden. It'd be interesting to find out what Mike is, what he has been able to overhear.
Tommy Bowden down there talking with the head linesman at that side of the field and going over the options as Clemson calls the timeout on this key 4th down play. They're down by 7. They have the momentum, and next week we'll follow the Clemson Tigers to Kenan Stadium in Chapel Hill, where the Tar Heels wait. It's always a great battle when these two interstate rivals go at each other. Clemson, North Carolina, our Citgo ACC game of the week, coming away from Jefferson Pilot Sports. So the Tigers call timeout. Could they be rethinking the decision to send the kicker out? Let's go to the sidelines with more. Mike Hogwood.
Hoggy.
Yeah, Doc, you were asking what Tommy Bowden was. He wants a measurement here. They realize that a touchdown will tie this game. And it was when Tommy made the decision to kick the field goal. He sent the field goal unit out, and then I think there was a big discussion of this offensive staff. They've called timeout. They want to know exactly how far they've got to go. They are seriously considering going for it here on 4th down.
Is that your gut feeling, Hoggy? Do you think these guys will go for it? I mean, look at the time on the clock. Yeah, I feel it too, Mike. Steve, I feel momentum right now is in orange. And you might have to seize this moment and just take them over the top. Because Duke, now defensively, is still playing like maniacs. But offensively right now, it seems like a little pressure's on them.
Well, they also have to feel, can we get down here again? Because if we don't get it, then we're in a situation of putting Duke
but your defense
back with
is
the ball.
playing so well.
Yeah, and they're down there at the 13-yard line. Right. So it's as good as a deep punt. So Clemson has changed their mind. The kicking unit is off the field. This is a very tight formation for Charlie Whitehurst.
Are they going to force him to jump? No, they're going for it.
Quick handoff to the fullback, Jasmine.
Ryan Fowler may have been there.
Oh, boy.
You talk about a pit bull.
Chad Jasmine with the ball, but I don't believe the fullback got it. Let's see what they give him for a spot.
Well, they gave it to the last guy there. And I tell you what, I saw a blue movement that was a little bit lower than those white shirts.
Yep. Boy, it's going to be close.
Johnson and Thompson been playing so well. Harris.
Yeah, they're going to be close enough to measure. Whitehurst kind of trudging off the field with the shoulder sagged as if they didn't
get it. Well, I still go with the decision to go for it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They didn't get it. Now, here's the deal. They have forced Duke to 3 downs and out the last 3 times with the football.
Bruce Rough Riders. There they go.
There you go.
Boy, that is just pure attitude. When it comes down to it, you say to yourself now, there's a yard to go. Who's going to get it? Who's going to stop it? And at the bottom of that pile, buddy, there was some manhood. That was another manhood issue there.
It's Roof. Roof.
Yeah. Boy, that's when it's fun. You work all week, man, for a moment like that.
All right, Duke gets the football, but they're not in great field position at their own 13-yard line. Inside handoff, Chris Douglas, and Clemson is there to shut down a play that worked in the first half. Doesn't work so well here in the second. John Leake is there, along with number 97. That is going to be Jawan Polk. He's had a couple of big tackles.
285-pound junior. They play a lot of people. Those Tigers have been rotating. And now this is Duke. Now this is the drive where Duke can redefine itself. It's played so well in the first half.
Last two drives have happened inside the 20. Smith pass complete to Sean Johnson. We haven't called his number too much in the second half. Out to the 19. It's a gain of 4. Justin Miller on the play. 6 grab by Sean Johnson today.
Miller with much tighter coverage. I still say the guy is Kerry Sharp. He's the man that the Tigers have no answer for, or have shown no answer for. It boils down to whether Adam Smith can get him the football.
Big third down coming.
Playmaker.
Duke has missed their last 4 third down conversions. 3rd down and 4. Smith has time, steps up, throws, Wade complete. Rodney Thomas leads the charge to bring him down, but not before he's made 11 yards on the play.
Yeah, strong reception for Alex Wade. Kerry Sharp and the 3 receiver side. They cleared out everyone, and that's a great call. Great call on the side, and pass protection there was highly sufficient, but it was the outside wideouts that cleared that space and allowed Alex Wade to have some daylight.
The second catch of the day, this one for 12, 1st and 10. So Duke makes first down for the first time in the last 3 offensive series. Smith now checking off. Play clock down to 4. He's going to work quickly. Gets the snap away. Throws over the middle to Landrum, and he can't come up with the ball, but a flag is thrown. Eric Meekins is covering on the play, and the senior from Easley, South Carolina, may have interfered with Santerio Landrum.
I see Meekins got away with one earlier where he played a similar style of coverage and wasn't called, and he got to make an aggressive move now. You look at 11:22 to go in the 4th quarter, so what he's doing, he's dictating the coverage on this, and it might have had a little contact.
They're talking about the penalty and where they should mark it off from. Looks like the ball's going to be put in play in Clemson territory at the 47. Jim Knight and his staff talking it over here. In the meantime, Tommy Bowden is wondering why he couldn't take advantage of the field position given him by Derek Hamilton.
15-yard face mask.
Oh.
On the defense, 15 yards, automatic first down.
The coverage was good.
Yeah. The penalty was elsewhere. Yeah, let's see if we can see it.
Find that inside. And the face mask going, quarterback's thrown.
Oh, that was right there.
It's at the end of the coverage.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Eric, you don't want, I mean, you had beautiful coverage. You don't want to get called for that at the end of the play. You know, Eric is 6'3", he's 200 pounds, man. I mean, it's impressive that he can get out on the edge and cover wideouts.
So the penalty gives Duke a first down. Pass is knocked away by the tight end.
And that was dangerous.
Feaster.
It was dangerous because Feaster nearly, I mean, it looked like for a moment he might be able to pick that bad boy up and take it the distance. And both these teams, they want this so bad. I mean, it is highly competitive. Highly competitive.
2nd down and 10. 11:19 left to play. Duke trying to build on a 7-point lead.
Kelvin Morris, you be watching him, you better believe he's going to circle that number of Galen Powell.
Landrum and Sharp are wide. Smith going upstairs to Sharp, complete. He's on his way. Touchdown, Duke.
Well, that's his team. It was just a matter of time. They have no answer for the guy.
Kerry Sharp gets in back of the Clemson defense and puts a decisive score on the board here in Durham.
Kerry Sharp is pure cash in the bank. And he's been doing it all afternoon long. They just simply couldn't get him the football, and this time they did.
54 yards downfield. Look at the celebration on the Duke sidelines as they take a 13-point lead that could build by 1 here on the kick after by Garber. He nails it through. And with 11:11 left to go in the 4th quarter, the Duke Blue Devils, who've gone 22 games without an ACC win, look like they're in shape to break that streak today. Kerry Sharp for 54 yards. We are back. There's Kerry Sharp. Sharp catches the touchdown aerial, his 6th touchdown reception of the season, capping an 87-yard march. They got the ball at the 13. A key play that moved the drive along was a 12-yard reception by tailback Alex Wade. It kept the chains moving, and Adam Smith converted the 54-yard touchdown pass. This is Justin Miller. And Miller, the true freshman, gets up over the 30-yard line. Let's watch this play again.
Yeah, they got the absolute matchup, you know, that you want whenever you can get your speed guy, you know, away from a corner. And there's no way in the world anybody other than a cover corner has a chance, and he'd beaten all of those guys. So he's the answer.
Well, there's plenty of time left in this football game, but Clemson's got to show that they can move the marker here. They've had missed opportunities this afternoon. Blitz on by Orrin Thompson, and the pass is thrown in the vicinity of the Duke bench. That's Scott Brown, the defensive line coach, who makes the catch for the
pretty good catch too.
Yeah. Icehouse NCAA scoreboard. Maryland pushes ahead of North Carolina 24-7.
Yeah, Terrapin's really getting it on that offensive line, even with some injuries here. Auburn over Ole Miss 16-10 in the third.
Look at this. Rutgers.
It's got to be typo. It's typo.
Iowa 20-3. And Michigan just rolls on Michigan State. Whitehurst pass over the middle. It is complete to McKelvey. And a nice ball thrown by Whitehurst gets him into Duke territory at the 47-yard line.
All week long.
22.
Excuse me, I was saying that Larry Coker, head coach for Miami, talking all week on radio, saying, now, I bet he's doing a Lou Holtz all week, saying, man, we really got to look after this Rutgers team. Well, he was right.
Yeah. 4 wideouts. Whitehurst with time. Pass incomplete and almost picked off by Jamian Small.
That's a heck of a drop for a linebacker. Remember the first quarter when Whitehurst was just playing pitch and catch?
Yep.
That's what they've got to go to. They can score quickly. They can get down there in a hurry.
He's getting some time now because Duke is kind of laying back a little bit.
Until Thompson and Johnson, that law firm, until they start throwing the book at him.
Oh, they bring the house now. Pass incomplete for Hamilton. Oh, shooting him down is Alex Green, but he couldn't pick up the hot read that time.
Tomahawk. And it's just nothing like it. When you deliver blows from the defensive side of the ball, I mean, it's like a dunk in basketball.
And the Duke sideline starting to make some noise here. 3rd down and 10. Their team leading 24-10. Their defense performing very well, trying to dry this Clemson drive up near midfield. Whitehurst to throw. Has time. And again, Curry, but out there to cover was the linebacker, Ryan Fowler.
He had time. He had a receiver open. That's a rare miss by Whitehurst. I'll tell you that. You know, we asked the question before the ball game, would we see the Duke team that played NC State?
Yeah.
Or Maryland? This is clearly the team that played NC State.
No question.
Maryland is a heck of a lot better than people are giving credit for.
Whitehurst has hit only 1 of his last 8 passes. 4th down 10, they're going for it. They're 2 touchdowns back. They've got to.
No question.
Whitehurst needs 10. Waits, guns, fires, complete to Curry. Curry eludes 1 receiver. He's got 1 to beat. Touchdown Clemson. Just like that, the Tigers are within 6.
Yeah, it takes guts to have glory. And don't question Tommy Bowden's people in terms of guts, because they have it.
Aries Curry, 47 yards downfield, his 2nd touchdown reception of the year at a very propitious time for Clemson.
That is as good as it gets under pressure when you have to make a play, and those kids come up large.
Duke's lead trimmed to 8. Aaron Hunt on for the point after. Out of the hole to Jeff Scott. The kick is up and it is good. And the Clemson Tigers serve notice that there's still plenty of time left in this football game. They're down by 7.
This is outstanding.
Oh,
what a
Charlie
game.
Whitehurst goes upstairs. 47 yards downfield. Great patience. Crossing pattern by Curry. And he's on his way. These two teams have put on a show. Charlie Whitehurst, redshirt freshman quarterback for the Clemson Tigers, gets the start today, and he goes upstairs 47 yards to Aries Curry. Didn't take him long to do it. He was doing it on 4th and 10. 6 plays, 69 yards, 46 seconds.
Is anything better than that? They had a 4th and 1. They don't get it. Duke takes the ball down and makes them pay. They come right back and put points on the board.
Now, let's see. The offenses rise. We've had the defenses stiffen. And Elliott will not run this out. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. And now the Duke Blue Devils looking to take some time off the clock in this possession and keep Clemson off the field.
Well, Ted Roof's Rough Riders have been putting enormous pressure on the quarterback. This time they opt to just rush 3 guys, and you had to pay for it. Because if you give Charlie Whitehurst time, he makes you pay.
And that is Aries Curry for his 2nd touchdown of the year.
Well, it was Curry who was open earlier, wide open on a bomb, and it was a perfectly thrown football by Charlie Whitehurst, and the son, according to Coach Hogwood on the sidelines, and he couldn't hold it in.
1st and 10 at the 20. Inside handoff on the draw. Oh, Douglas going nowhere, and Thomas, first man in to stop. Boy, Rodney Thomas.
Rodney Thomas, he's a beast.
He's had a day. He's a senior from Cadwell, Georgia. Man. I don't know. He's got to be in double figures. He's got to be closed in on 15 tackles.
As many as he wants.
Yeah. We have called his number all day long.
Absolute beast.
No gain for Douglas.
I mean, he's a few hits away from sideboard category. I mean, he's getting close. He may be the first one today.
3 wide out. Smith, draw play Douglas. Fields his way along the left side. This time Thomas misses a block. And coming up to get him was Eric Meekins, but it's a nice gain on the play for Chris Douglas out to the 28-yard line, and it'll be an 8-yard gain.
Well, there's that ground attack we talked about in our open between Douglas and Wade. Both guys averaging close to 5 yards a crack. That's what Duke needs right now. 5 yards a clip in that ground game to work that clock.
Rodney, here's the look again. Thomas missed that tackle.
That's rare.
Yeah, it's rare because he and Leak both have 15 on the day, according to Freddie Kiger.
Sick. That's sick.
3rd down and 3. Option play. Smith, not enough. They won't give him much on this one. Out to the 29. He needs the 30. Tackle made by Khalid Vaughn.
Boy, Vaughn came out of the earth on that one. 260-pounder. Really, that could be the play. Might have hurt his hand.
I got a vision on that.
Yeah, he gave it up, boy.
Came out of the earth.
Strong play. Came out of the earth on that play. Kind of blended in. Camouflage.
It's not easy to do. Trey McDonald on to punt. He's back this time. This is Hamilton. And he gets a bad one off. And Clemson is going to have excellent field position at midfield, actually a yard inside Duke territory. So Trey McDonald shanks one off the side of his foot. A 20-yard punt.
Pressure makes men do some unusual things.
Well, 2 of the last 3 Clemson possessions have taken place on the Duke side of the field. They gave it up on downs the first time. Let's see what happens this time as they're 7 points back.
Look at Charlie Whitehurst, 25 of 40, 274 yards, a freshman record, and 2 scores for the Tigers of Clemson. But right now, I guarantee you that Ted Roof's Rough Riders are about to bring it, because they look back and you can imagine what Ted said to them. Hey guys, 4th down, we give up a score, we got to go out and take things over.
Willie Simmons has looked on with interest. He's been on the beach today.
And Willie's a heck of a quarterback.
Yeah,
he just turned the ball over.
Yep.
And with Clemson's defense, if you just give them a chance, you're going to win most of your ball games. That's a fact. And with just skilled guys and return guys, they just got too much talent.
You just can't constantly put your defense in the other end of the field, having to defend the short field. And that hasn't happened too much today. Fans, jpsports.com has the coverage you want. No one knows the ACC like JP Sports, and we bring the information to you right there online. Tune in each week for previews of upcoming games, broadcast information, many other exciting features. For the inside scoop, log on to jpsports.com. Steve Martin here along with Doc Walker, Mike Hogwood. It's been an interesting day and a great game between these two, and now Charlie Whitehurst, with plenty of time and great field position, is back on the field. Clemson has started their last 4 drives at their own 30, the Duke 22, the Clemson 31, and now the Duke 49.
Here they come.
Yep.
Here they come.
Good protection. Ball out to Hamilton. Complete. Touchdown Clemson.
And here they go.
49 yards. Whitehurst for his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The first one to one of the top all-purpose men in the league, Derek Hamilton.
There's just no substitute for confidence. And the Clemson Tigers are just overflowing with confidence right now on both sides of the ball. And there's Moms.
Derek Hamilton from Dillon, South Carolina, just a sophomore, hauls that in. That's his 2nd touchdown reception of the year. Here comes the point after to tie it up. Aaron Hunt through the uprights, and we've got a new ball game with 8:03 left to go here in Durham. It's all tied at 24 all.
As good as Duke has played on defense, they are 2 plays away from walking the dog on this game and having it be all about the Blue Devils. 2 plays out.
Yep.
And now it comes back to that offense. If you get an inch, if you get 1 more yard, you keep the drive alive.
Now Duke is going to be forced to put the ball up a little bit more, be less conservative. Here's the pass. Oh, right in stride for Derek Hamilton.
Beautifully done. But see, it's one thing Duke has. And now, you know, the Clemson Tiger receivers are starting to take over, but Kerry Sharp has no answer. So it's some way to get back to him. Here you watch it again. Boy, this is what every kid dreams of. The long bomb ball right on the money. You score, and your team has a chance to win.
And look how quickly Clemson has done it. They've used only 53 seconds off the clock here in the 4th quarter to tie this football game up. Hamilton on the 49-yard pass reception from Whitehurst. That's his 3rd TD pass of the day. And we've got a new ball game at the 8:03 mark here in the 4th quarter. 1 play, 49 yards.
It's like getting kicked in the gut.
Oh,
you know, but you have to recover from it because there's enough time now for both teams to control their destiny. But, you know, the home team here, you want to feel like you have an advantage.
Yep. But you got to have your quarterback execute. Elliott again will not come out. They'll go to the 20-yard line. And that's where Clemson, or rather Duke, will start 1st and 10.
Well, it's still a classic 2 gunslingers. You know, we might as well be out of the OK Corral.
Yep.
And these 2 slingers are just doing it, man.
Well, Whitehurst has been doing more of it here in the 4th quarter. Smith is going to have to bring it now because Duke has to move the football.
And it has the weapons to do it. You know, you also have to trust to look at what is his strength. Darrell Scott has just entered the game. 210-pound sophomore.
He's thrown a touchdown pass today.
Don't get too far away from that big offensive line.
1st down and 10 from the 20. Smith back there, quarterback. Chris Douglas in the backfield with him. Clemson shows blitz. Ball deflected. No, incomplete. Nick Eason got a hand on the football. Brian McNeil almost came up with him.
Boy, that would have been a trimmer. It would have been felt all the way down to South Carolina.
Oh, it would have been.
You know, at the 1st down, and once again, when they were successful, they were averaging about 7 yards per crack on 1st down.
Boy, look how close McNeil came. Yeah.
I mean, that's...
They're almost 8.
They were. Now, you know, you need to be successful on 1st down. When you take the run out of the game, now it becomes high-risk football.
2nd down, 10. Score tied at 24.
Got the crossing route on that.
Pass complete to Landrum, but it's not for much, Doc. Forward progress gets him up to the 23-yard line.
Well, right now it's all about confidence. And what they need to do is string together a few good plays because that momentum now is in orange.
Yep.
And you got to work it away. And when in doubt, go to your playmaker, Kerry Sharp.
Eric Sampson makes the tackle on that last play. 3rd down, now and 7.
Not a bad play to get those 2 big tight ends involved as well. They found some success in that earlier.
We got one of them in. He's on the right side of the formation. 3 wide receivers out on 3rd and 7. Score tied. Adam Smith with time throwing for the flats for Sharp. Almost picked off.
That was him picked up.
Yeah. It's Justin Miller, the true freshman. And this game has turned on 3 plays. That's the 3rd of them. At the 39-yard line of Duke.
That's where being 5'11", 170 played against Sharp. You know, you got to know where to put the ball based on who you're throwing it to. And again, Adam Smith has had a heck of a ball game. He puts a little loft on this one.
Yep.
Well, you can't loft to a guy 5'11". You need to use your gun.
What a play by Miller.
Gun. Yeah, you just got to use your gun on this. I like where you're going. Go to your playmaker, even though he's doubled. You know, if you're going to put it to him, you got to pop it to him.
Wow. What a game here in Durham. What a comeback by Clemson. Down 24-10. They waste no time at all, spending only 53 seconds to tie it.
But see, Duke is still, it's a tie ball game. It's in their backyard. Right now, they got to keep the self-esteem high. If you fall into that trap of feeling sorry for yourself, then you may end up losing this thing by 14.
Adjust the game clock here a little bit. 7:34 left to play, and Charlie Whitehurst is back out on the field. 3-4 wide receivers out, inside handoff Rambert, and Rambert tied up there by Zielinski. Now Orrin Thompson is there as well. And so Clemson's attempt to kind of shake up the cadence here. So the interception has given Clemson the ball for the third time in the last 4 possessions in Duke territory at the 39.
Got good hands on that snap.
Here comes the pitch. It's out there to Youngblood, and Youngblood driven out of bounds at the 30, actually the 29-yard line. Alex Green is there to do it. It's a 9-yard gain, 8-yard gain.
He got a little rude on the end of that.
Yeah, it was.
Well, that's the beauty of football. You can be obnoxious sometimes physically. And that is it there. But, you know, you get the yardage.
3rd down and 2. A very short 2. They need the 28 for a first down. They're at the 29.5. Handoff comes to Rambert, and Rambert has the first down. Terrell Smith is in there on the tackle along with Sean Johnson. Look at the Ice House scoreboard. Maryland piling it on here at the half against North Carolina, 31-7. Auburn pulls a little bit farther away from Ole Miss. And Miami has taken the lead. Number 1 looks like it might prevail.
That computer's not going to like it.
First and 10. Whitehurst out of the shotgun, pass complete to Hamilton. Spins away from one would-be tackler.
And he fumbled. He's lost the ball.
Duke's got it. Brian Green comes up with the ball, and they're going to call it down. The ball blown dead before the fumble. Clemson maintains possession. Carl Franks looks on in disbelief.
Coach Bob looks on and says, with relief.
Yes. It's a first down. On top of that, to add insult to injury.
Now you see great athletic move by a playmaker. Never he lost that ball. I mean, at that point, to me, there, just with real speed, looked like he lost it.
First and 10 from the 15-yard line.
That may be.
Duke brings it. Pass complete. Touchdown, Clemson. Jackie Robinson. No, that's J.J. McKelvey.
That's McKelvey. Boy,
yep.
They're nasty.
Oh, boy.
They are nasty.
McKelvey with a touchdown. 15 yards for the score with 6:09 left to play. Whitehurst strikes for the 3rd straight time and the 4th time today.
Well, they have dictated tempo in this one. You know, had a good break on the fumble or near fumble or lack thereof. And then they just attacked the goal line.
McKelvey gets in on his 3rd touchdown reception of the year. Aaron Hunt for the kick. It is up and it is good. And Clemson has struck quickly again. 21 unanswered points after going down 24-10. They come back and score on the 15-yard hookup from Charlie Whitehurst to J.J. McKelvey. And the Tigers have the lead for only the 2nd time today. Well, there's J.J. McKelvey on the sidelines. Clemson up 31-24 with 21 unanswered points. 3 straight strikes from the arm of Charlie Whitehurst. Well, I believe it solidified his spot, at least for another week.
I would think so.
Yeah, Elliott's going to return this one. Elliott tried to change direction and gets flattened at the 19-yard line. And now, here's the call that we might have a question about. Hamilton with the ball. Watch what happens. Is it a fumble?
Well, the ball is stripped right at that point. It's down.
Yep.
His knee has not touched. The ball is out.
That's right. And then that gave Clemson life to do this play.
what a play on that.
Yep.
You know, and catching it. But again, when we slow it down, you don't have that luxury when you're wearing those stripes and you're doing a real battle.
Yep.
That happened a lot faster than we showed it.
1st and 10 at the 19. Smith with lots of time throws right into double coverage, but Wade somehow picked it up at the 23-yard line. A flag down in the secondary.
Rodney Thomas, flag number 1.
5:52 left. 2 minutes and 18 seconds. It's taken Charlie Whitehurst to generate 21 points.
I'm starting to think that Thomas and Leak have a little burger wager going, you know. I mean, because these two guys, man, they are nuts.
This is going to be a break for Duke.
But you know what? Clemson was able to be void of the scoreboard and play ball. Duke's got to do it now.
Yeah.
You know, you can't feel sorry for yourself.
By the defense. The foul was committed against an eligible receiver. The pass crossed the line 10 yards, automatic first down.
That takes it out to the 30-yard line and gives Adam Smith a little bit of room. Now he's been able to come up big. He hit Kerry Sharp for a touchdown pass of 54 yards. It seems eons ago, but actually it was only 6 minutes ago at the 11-11 mark.
But Stevie's had him open 3 times for scores, just only hit him once. They can do it.
Sharp is a slot receiver to the wide side of the field, the top side, if you will. Draw play, Alex Wade. Wade picking his way ahead. Guess who got him? Rodney Thomas. That's about a 5-yard gain to the 35-yard line.
But you can almost close your eyes and just say it was either Thomas or Leak, and you'd probably be right. Those two guys have played well, but you know, the one thing about confidence, this is what gets Duke its confidence. It's Douglas and Wade pounding it on the ground, getting their play action game back in order.
2nd down 5. Out of the shotgun, Smith. 4-man rush. Pass is again to Wade and again into coverage, and this time coverage wins.
Well, he had no one open, and that's the time where he needed to use his legs. You know, the one thing that I think the turning point in this ball game was when Charlie Whitehurst ran in there and took on a couple of DBs right before the end of the half.
Yep.
You know, sometimes I think a quarterback needs to jog the mind a bit, go in and attack some people physically to get himself going. And I think Adam Smith now is due. He needs a big play to define his game.
Duke had missed on only 2 first-down conversions first half. They are 8 of 17 for the game, and only have converted 1 in the second half. Smith to throw downfield. Incomplete, intended for Landrum, and a flag down on the play.
Yeah, he might put a helmet to helmet on that. He missed his tight end. He had Andy Rowland on the inside going right down the pipe, and he had him. He missed him.
Yeah, let's see what the flag is going to be. Sampson covering on the play. Tommy West concerned that penalties may.
Yeah, it looks like a personal foul. Might have been a little bit too much attitude on that hit.
Tommy Bowden concerned that his team may push Duke down the field or pull him down the field with penalties. Jim Knight and crew.
Well, you know, there's a fine line between football and then, you know, injuries and creating injuries or enhancing one's ability to be injured.
There's Tommy Bowden. You've been under fire down there in South Carolina. They have a lot of expectations of this football program.
Now, that doesn't mean they're right just because he's under fire.
Personal foul on the defense. Launching and leading with a helmet, illegal contact. Sideline warning against the defensive team. 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
That gives Duke field position at the 50.
Wow.
And what? Listen to the sound of this. Right on the face mask.
Yeah, it was face to face.
1st and 10 at midfield. Smith with some room to operate. Has a man complete. Sean Johnson dropped the football.
Now, is that a possession? That'll be the question.
It's incomplete.
Okay.
The linesman said no, didn't have it.
This pass to Les Johnson will be complete.
Our ground angle. Boy, what? That's a nice shot. Is that Lance Stewart?
Oh, look at that. Mance covering on the play. It's ruled incomplete. No. Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah. And we take another look.
And that's what
great camera look. Great work. Great work by our people. Jefferson Pilot getting it done.
That's Gary Parsons.
Well, wait a minute. That's Parsons. Let me take that back. Let me just.
He had a tough day. Gets stung in the mouth by a bee this morning. Here's Smith. Catch is made by Landrum. It's a 3-yard gain. And now time's starting to become a factor as Mance comes up with the tackle.
No, that's my guy, Gary Parsons. He knows, man. Much love for him. He's tough as nails. Here's a guy. Yeah, there he is.
He's old as the hills, too. Just
well, like now you saying that now. And I'm just saying he was tough. Now you're going to go after his age.
I know what you're thinking, Gary. 3rd down and 7. 3rd down and 7 for the Duke Blue Devils. Trailing here 31-24. 4:16 left to go. 21 points unanswered by the Clemson Tigers have Duke in a hole. Stepping up, firing. Smith completes the shot. Sharp still on his feet. Sharp dances away from the defenders and is driven out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Eric Meekins saves the play, and now the momentum switches to Duke.
When in doubt, go to your playmaker.
Your earth shaker.
Well, he's the real-time maker player.
First down.
Boy, this is nice. And this kid knows what to do with it. Now watch him make people miss, and he's going to get out of bounds, save a little clock time. But he's the man.
That's his 5th catch of the day. Gary Sharp has already caught a 54-yard aerial for a touchdown. 1st and 10 from the 13. Play action. Adam Smith going for the end zone. Has his tight end, but overthrows it.
Yeah, he didn't have not enough room for that one. And an enormous pressure by the Tigers.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Polk was back in there again, of course. McNeil has been there all afternoon long. Of course, but Deshaun Polk is also a guy who's emerging.
The incompleted pass stops the clock with 3:54 left to go. Duke has all of its timeouts. Clemson has used one. Adam Smith. 3 wide receivers out. Sharp is out of the ball game. The pass is behind Lance Thompson with Brian Mance covering. Clock stops after a roll of only 4 seconds.
Now this is where, Steve-O, where I say a guy like Sharp, if you're a playmaker, you know, and I consider him cash money, he's got to be in the ball game.
Yeah.
You can't put your hand up and say you got to come out there. You come out after the game's over with.
And that's why.
His receptions there, averaging 24.4 yards per catch. But if you're going to be a playmaker, you have to be in the game.
No question. 3rd down and 10, and all of a sudden another big 3rd down conversion for the Duke offense. Field goal doesn't cut it. It's got to be 6. And right now it's got to be 10 yards. Smith checking off. Play clock down to 3. Just got the snap away in time. Stands in, delivers. Oh, off the hands of Landrum.
He had it.
Yep, that was 6.
He had it.
Post pattern by Landrum.
Boy, he had him. And where the Tigers cashed in on situations like this, good pass pro. Ball right in your living room. The extension, got to make that play.
Yep.
Ball is there. Ball is there. To win, you got to make big plays. That was a big one.
4th down and 10. Play of the game right here. Low snap. Ball open. Landrum knocked away by Eric Meekins in the end zone. Landrum never saw him coming. What a play by Meekins to reach right over Santario Landrum and knock the ball away with 3:41 left.
Meekins is sure happy that wasn't Terry Sharp. He steps up on this one. And this is for the money. We've seen 2 big 4th down plays. Buddy, that is outstanding play in the secondary. You have to give it up for this one. Meekins again with the great hand in right on the money. Boy, it didn't get any better than that, and it was when you needed it.
Adam Smith said, I put it there. Took a great play to turn it away. All right.
He had 2 shots.
Clemson now 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line. Whitehurst, he's going to throw. Passes out there complete to his fullback, Jasmine. And Jasmine is close to another first down.
Now, he's lost the ball.
But I think they blew it dead.
And Duke has got to say, now get the ball back.
Yep.
Clemson's got to say, let's put this thing away. Duke's got to say, no, we're still in this thing.
But it's 3:29 left.
You got time. You got time.
Let's go to the sidelines and Mike Hogwood.
You talk about a day in your first day as a starting quarterback. Look at the numbers on Charlie Whitehurst. No one in Clemson history has had the kind of day that he's had. As he set a single game record for completions, yardage, tied for touchdown passes. What a day for Charlie Whitehurst, the red shirt freshman from Georgia. And by the way, these Clemson players being told to stay in bounds, keep that clock running at all possible.
And Mike Hogwood, the one play that I still think defined him was when he ran the football and he took on those secondary. Those guys. I think that's the play that defined him, despite the great passing yardage.
Yep, no question. Showed some leadership on those plays, and then came back in the second half when afforded the opportunity down 24-10. He delivered. Had some field position help and threw some bullets. Clock rolled down to 3:19.
Boy, Mike Hogwood has had the absolute best seat in the house. I mean, being among those both sidelines, being able to feel the flavor of this game. I mean, that had to be unbelievable.
Whitehurst now picking up 12 yards on that first play to Jasmine.
And Carl Franks understand, I mean, he's not out of this thing.
No.
He just got to get his people convinced of that.
They got to have a stop, though.
Got to get a stop. You got to get a stop. And his defense has played outstanding. They had 3 bad plays. Other than that, they were dominant.
Now, they're having trouble here with the play clock, which is now rolling on. Now it wouldn't start. Now it will. You see it on the screen.
Duke has been strong when they blitz.
There's the play action fake. There's nobody. McKelvey, and he's got another first down. That's interesting that Clemson continuing to air the ball out with as much time left as they have, and now a 7-point lead. They get another first down.
Fearless. Fearless. I mean, when you go for it on 4th and 1, you go for it on 4th and 10. I mean, that's your style.
He's hit 5 straight passes now. Timeout Duke. They have 2 left. 5 straight passes, and 3 of them have been touchdowns.
Yeah. How do you not start him next week?
I don't think that's an issue anymore.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think Tommy Bowden has found his quarterback here for a while, and we'll see him next week down in Kenan Stadium. Let's see how they've scored. It took 2:18 to do this. Youngblood catches the first. That makes it 24-17.
Oh, what a throw. Look at the slide.
Yeah. Harris Curry, that's for 49 yards. That's 24-24. And then this one, to J.J. McKelvey, hangs on to get into the end zone, and that gives the Tigers a 31-24 lead.
Michael Kane. Oh, Michael, quarterback, a Clemson Tiger.
Yep.
A guy I consider one of the best at what he does in the entire country. And, you know, a disappointment in one week, you know, NC State disappointment, and this one is a thrill in it. And the Tigers are right where they want to be.
Of course, talking on the sidelines with Brad Scott, former South Carolina head football coach. And
now, both teams very well coached. I mean, we've seen the fruits of their labor of a hard week of practice. And these kids have played their hearts out.
Well, both teams coming off bad performances last week.
You couldn't tell today.
No, you couldn't. Tommy Bowden took on shoulder responsibility for his team not playing well against Maryland. And of course, Duke did not come out with any mental intensity against Maryland, and it showed. Now that's Clemson lost to NC State.
Yeah. But still, both teams well represented, no question about it. And the game is still in question.
Yep. 3:11 left to play. 1st and 10. Here's Rambert, and he gets up a couple of yards. Fowler the first to hit him. DeWan and Orrin Thompson finish him off. And now maybe another timeout taken here.
Well, to think about it with the you know, the old football center up and running, and the commitment that's been made here for Duke football is definitely worthy of it.
Timeout on the field with 3:05 left. Clemson by 7. We'll be back. Play comes back quickly. Charlie Whitehurst carries on the play and heads to the corner. Can't get himself out of bounds. Doesn't want to either. Tries to cut up inside. Here's the play again.
It wouldn't be good.
Nope. On 2nd down and 9, he cuts up inside and actually loses a couple of yards on the play. It's 3rd down, and Duke now will call their final timeout. Paul Franks talking things over with Jim Knight. Clemson with only 53 yards on the ground. The rest over 350 yards in the air. And of course, we'll see them next week as they continue their march toward bowl eligibility, provided they hang on here. Clemson Tigers taking on the North Carolina Tar Heels. It's one of the great rivalries in the ACC. Both teams were prominent in the 80s and knocking each other's block off. We'll see a continuation of that rivalry tomorrow, or rather next Saturday, from Kenan Stadium. Got some game breakers in that game too. Derek Hamilton, who's caught a touchdown pass today. Sam Aiken for the Tar Heels. John Bunning's team having a tough season. But you throw it out the window, and Clemson and North Carolina go at it, and we'll show it to you next Saturday here in our Citgo ACC Game of the Week. Charlie Whitehurst, the flavor of the day here, has have a big day with 4 touchdown passes, 3 in the second half to rally his team from a 14-point deficit. And right now they have a 7-point lead, but there's still 2:57 left to go, and he's facing a key 3rd down and 11. Duke, however, comes down the stretch here with no timeouts remaining. They just exercised their last stoppage of the clock. And now Whitehurst must convert. 3rd and 11. And they bring the pressure. And he made a fumble. Yes, he did. Duke says they've got it. Gerald Smith says they've got it.
Well, Duke did what they've done best all day, and that is send the dogs after Whitehurst. It was our key at halftime. Duke would have to continue to pressure.
Duke's got the football. Matt Zielinski comes up with a fumble recovery with 2:48 left to play. And what a break for the Duke Blue Devils. Here it is.
Oh boy, once again, running backs, I don't care how talented you are, you have to be able to pass protect.
Where is that?
And that was a pitiful effort on the edge.
So Duke's got the football back, and we got a player injured on the play. Can't see who that is.
Well, I'll tell you, Rambert's going to hate to see that film because he's a good football player. But he did not have a great effort on that pass protection.
Cedric Johnson is the player down, left guard from Barwick, Georgia. 6'4", 315 sophomore. And he'll get up a little slowly here with 2:48 left to play. Still plenty of time left, and Duke in excellent field position to get the ball on the fumble recovery at the 24-yard line. Adam Smith has a chance here with another shot to get it in the end zone, and then the key decision coming up for Carl Franks if they do succeed.
The deuce is wild.
You go for that, get the certain one, and maybe look to get the ball back or take it into overtime. You have no timeouts. Let's see if we can see what happened to Cedric Johnson.
That is definitely.
That's him in the back. That the Whitehurst falls over him.
Yes, probably down at the bottom of that scrum going for the ball. You'd be surprised how often that ball changes hands. And
Clemson not in a situation where they can afford a lot of injuries on that offensive line. Derek Brantley, their left tackle, went down with an injury.
Yeah.
And that was a big one. And then Nick Black, who is a backup guard.
But you don't replace Brantley like that. He just meant so much to the Tigers.
And that weakens you. Now the Clemson defense has to hold. 2:48 left to go. What an entertaining game here in Durham. Clemson and Duke doing battle. Duke trying to shake a 22-game losing streak in conference play and a 4-game losing streak in their season, and trying to spoil Clemson's road to bowl eligibility. Clemson came in here off a tough loss to NC State, 38-6. The schedule gets somewhat easier from here on out, but this is a game that the Clemson Tigers have won more often than not, and right now they're in the lead, but they're defending on the short end of the field. Adam Smith back to throw. Has time over the middle, complete to the tight end. Powell, he drops the football, but they may blow it dead. No, they're going to say incomplete. Kalen Powell did not have it long enough.
Somebody has got to want to be a hero. And what Duke needs now is a hero. You know, it's hard enough to get open in this game. Ball is there. See, oh man, that was close.
Yeah.
Looks like the big fella took at least a step.
Been some interesting calls in this one.
Well, there's been some interesting hits in this game, all precipitated through contact.
Well, twice we've had fumbles that probably should have been fumbles, but they have not been ruled as such. One each side. Here's Smith to throw as a man down in the end zone. Tight end, Rowland, touchdown! Andy Rowland grabs it off the shoulder pad of John Leake and scores.
When in doubt, give your tight end a shot. If you want to win.
I knew that was coming.
Oh, come on. These guys have earned that. I mean, on both sides of the ball, we've had a lot of great talent here, you know, when it counted most.
And Duke going for the tie. At least they're lining up as such. Garber there. Here comes the kick. It's away, and it is good. High ball game with 2:36 left to play. 31-31. Adam Smith goes upstairs.
Look at the pass pro. Perfect. Ball on the mark. Go get it, big fella.
Oh, what a catch.
Man, he went out and got it. So you need a hero. You need a hero.
You called for one. You got it.
Well, you got to get it. I mean, it's not going to be easy. Boy, that is outstanding. Great camera work once again.
Second touchdown of the season for Rowland. It was a historical day in Death Valley in 1997. Tony Horn scored on a 34-yard reception late in the game. That tied the score at 20 and sent the game into overtime. The first ever overtime between ACC teams. And in the extra session, David Richardson kicked a 36-yard field goal. Clemson up 3 on the defensive possession for the Tigers. Raheem Abdullah intercepts Bobby Campbell. Takes it to the house. 29-20 the final. The first ever overtime game in the ACC, and we may be faced with the same prospect here in about 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Last ACC win, November 13th, 1999, against Wake Forest. And Garber's getting ready to kick it away.
2 plays, 24 seconds.
2:36 left to play. Andy Rowland hauls in the pass. A 24-yarder to tie this game up. All right, here's Justin Miller, who's a game breaker. Right up the middle, and then down to the sideline on the left side.
Return is by Justin Miller.
Line. Now Clemson has 2 timeouts remaining with 2:26 left to play.
Well, I don't think we have any doubt as to what Clemson's going to do.
No.
They're going to come up pitching.
And they have the ability to do that. Whitehurst has had a great day from a confidence standpoint, but his turnover tied the ball game up. Tommy Bowden continues to be plagued by turnovers by his quarterbacks. 1st and 10. Throw to the flats. No. And Hamilton watches it go out of bounds. And Clemson at their own 39-yard line, trying to get back on top. They might have the last say here. with 2:20 left to go. And then we're facing the prospect of overtime.
Overtime.
We haven't had one here for a while.
No, we haven't. I'm not sure we're going to have one today.
Whitehurst back to throw. Has some time. Passes incomplete for Hamilton.
Had him.
Yeah. Had him there.
That's only the third time today where he hasn't been under a lot of pressure where he's missed a throw. He's been that good.
Yes, he has.
And here we look. Yeah, there it is.
Yep. Just overshot him. 3rd down and 10 now for Clemson. Duke is out of timeouts, mind you. Whitehurst scrambles away from one. Gets it to the flats complete. It's Hamilton. And he gets out of bounds. Pushed there at the Duke 41-yard line.
See, that's what the part about this kid is so impressive for me. You know, I mean, his throwing is one thing. He can do that. But watch him compete. Now, he knows there he's going to get hit, but the ball is right on the numbers. And he's done that all afternoon long.
Pushes the ball upfield 19 yards for a 1st down in Duke territory at the 41. Not long enough yet for a field goal. Here is Whitehurst. The pass is complete. And that is going to be McKelvey, who scored the go-ahead touchdown. He's got another 1st down, it looks like, at the 31. Dewan in there for the tackle for Duke. They keep moving the chains, and they keep getting closer to Aaron Hunt territory. Hunt has hit a field goal so far today, is 9 for 12 on the season. And his longest is 47. His career longest is 48. We're just outside that territory now at the 31-yard line. Duke showing pressure. They come right up the middle. Clemson picks it up. Pass complete at the 20-yard line to McKelvey with 1:37 left to go. The clock continues to roll because it was A, neither a 1st down, or B, out of bounds.
Here you watch McKelvey work on the outside. Good explosion off the ball. Steph, now come back immediately. Boy, that's good hands. Good hands.
10th reception of the day for McKelvey. It's the 2nd time that's happened to him this season. And I believe that's the 3rd time that a Clemson receiver has caught 10 balls in the same game. It'll be 2nd down.
They're not shy when it comes to tossing the field.
And this is close enough for a measurement here now. Stops the clock with 1:29 left, and it is probably the half a football length. Aaron Hunt lining up on the sidelines. They are in his reach now, because if you get down to the 20, back it up 7, add 10, that's a 37-yard field goal. That's makeable, although he has missed a 42-yarder today. Whitehurst with 420 yards passing. That's the best in the ACC for a single day this season. 2nd down and 1 for Clemson with 1:29 left to play. They're in the range of their field goal kicker. What they want to make sure is that Duke gets very little time to do anything with the football. Here's the handoff. Rembert. Oh, yes! Get away from him. Rembert heading for more and is dragged down inside the 4-yard line. A play that should have stopped at the point of attack, and Rembert bounces outside for what is going to be a 16-yard gain.
Unbelievable. Big Cecil Johnson, 65 for Clemson, back in the ball game. Well, what penetration at the bottom of that. Dewan at the bottom of the pile could not make the play. But Buddy Heat reestablished that line of scrimmage. He was explosive.
Tie ball game now, 31 all, 1st and goal. Clemson at the Duke 4-yard line. 1:02 left, clock rolling. Clemson with 2 timeouts. Duke has none. Whitehurst, man in motion, handoff, goes to Rembert, kicks his way to the 4. And a nice tackle made by, you know it, Ryan Fowler at the 4-yard line.
You're right, you know it. Good linebackers on both sides. I mean, this has been, what a game for defense.
Oh, I mean,
just on both sides of the ball, man.
Rodney Thomas and John Leak for Clemson, Ryan Fowler, Jamian Small, Brendan Dewan for Duke.
Yeah, it's a cliche, but you know, you say you don't want to have a loser in this game. These teams have both earned the right of victory.
Clock rolling, 24 seconds. Clemson will take one more shot here. Here's Whitehurst to the top. Takes the throw. Passes incomplete. intended for his tight end Williamson.
Risky.
Yes, that stops the clock with 12 seconds left. Now, do you kick it here? Do you run one more play? 12 seconds left. You have 2 timeouts remaining.
You know, again, don't take my word for it, but I might try to attack the with the size of their receivers. You know, try to get a stop route in the end zone. But you know, you lean on your kicker. That's why you feed them. That's why you're on scholarship.
Aaron Hunt is on. It's in his hands now. It'll be a 22-yard attempt out of the hold of Jeff Scott, and Clemson will call a timeout before it happens to either A, talk it over because it's 3rd down. They get one more shot at it. Or B, kick the field goal now and see what happens when Duke gets the ball with very little time left.
The Citgo ACC Game of the Week has been brought to you by your neighborhood Citgo. Proud to support today's athletes. Citgo, we know you. By Ice House. At Plank Road Brewery, we'll make the Ice House, you make the ads. For details, go to icehouse.com. By Geico Direct, the sensible alternative. And by Motel 6. For the lowest rate of any national chain, call 800-4-MOTEL-6.
We are back in Durham. Here's the situation. 12 seconds left to go. Clemson and Duke are tied. Clemson will attempt a 22-yard field goal off the foot of Aaron Hunt to put themselves ahead with very little time remaining. There's the holder, Jeff Scott. He's a backup quarterback, you might note. But I think Clemson's going for the kick here. 3rd down and goal from the 4. Kick is up, and it is good. Clemson takes the lead. Aaron Hunt with his 2nd field goal of the day. He's 2 for 3 on the afternoon, and Clemson leads with 8 seconds left, 34-31.
Boy, there's so many things that can go wrong. Great snap, hands. As we get a chance to watch this operation from ground level, kicks all the way through it. Good follow through, splits the upright.
Again, the execution, though, of Charlie Whitehurst to push this team downfield, and a key run by Rembert.
Yeah, no, that was the run. But there were ever a case where a young man deserved the game ball.
Yeah,
it's Charlie Whitehurst. Yep. No doubt in my mind.
He's passed for over 450 yards. Dejection on the Duke sidelines right now. They've come this close, and if the final 8 seconds slip away with no change in that score, they'll go 23 straight games without an ACC win.
The young, they are a good football team. You know, and people say, what are you talking about? Just watch them work. And maybe last week wasn't indicative of it, but today was. In my mind, the NC State game was, in my mind. And they're going to drive people nuts, and they're going to win ball games here. And everything that they're doing to invest in football is well worth it.
Built a nice football facility, the Yo Football Center, which was funded 50% by former football players here at Duke. But
exactly. Which means they're achieving beyond the game.
Yeah.
You know.
But today, it's another close call for the Duke Blue Devils unless they can bring this one all the way back. The Clemson Tigers with an amazing comeback, down 2 touchdowns. And Charlie Whitehurst becomes the hero of the day, throwing 3 touchdown strikes in a space of 2 minutes and 18 seconds. And there's the kick, grounded there by Duke. With 15 seconds left, or 8 seconds left to go, they get it at the 15-yard line, and they have time for 1 play, maybe 2. And there's Charlie Whitehurst. What a day for him. Whitehurst with the best day of passing in the ACC. A scoring drive, 9 plays, 56 yards, a 21-yard field goal.
On a free kick, if the receiving team first possesses the ball on the ground, no time elapses from the clock is correct, 1st down.
That's a good explanation by Jim Knight. There were no timeouts remaining for Duke. The ball was downed. There was no attempt to advance it. Good explanation to the crowd. 8 seconds left to go. And 84 yards to get it in the end zone. Maybe something to the side gets it out of bounds, but it's all got to happen right here.
Yeah, it's just rough.
Yep. 4 wideouts. Clemson in a prevent. 3-man rush. Smith to let it go down the middle of the field. It's up for grabs, and it's intercepted. Eric Meekins, and this game is over. Meekins comes away with the interception to end this game. Charlie Whitehurst has the big day. Aaron Hunt kicks the game-winning field goal. The Clemson Tigers stay alive for bowl contention. We'll be back after these messages from your local ACC station. The Clemson Tigers escape with a 34-31 win over the Duke Blue Devils. With a rally from 2 touchdowns back, Aaron Hunt would put the Clemson Tigers up for good with 8 seconds left. He nails this 21-yarder, and the Tigers win it by a score of 34-31. Charlie Whitehurst had a great day for the Clemson Tigers. 34-52, 420 yards. For Mike Hogwood, Doc Walker, I'm Steve Martin, thanking you for watching this afternoon. You've been watching Jefferson Pilot Sports exclusive coverage of Atlantic Coast Conference football. Next week, we'll be in Chapel Hill, Clemson, and North Carolina. Goodbye from Durham.